again, the back-to-back. We are following the same flow of these maps to start off the day here for our Map 1 Domination final series of the day. You may look back, and if you haven't claimed your magic skin, well, guess what? If you've watched this entire broadcast, you should have been able to claim that magic skin, because I believe it takes like roughly 6 hours or so of just view time of the Ignite tournament to be able to collect that. We do see the ban, though, onto the Emma Frost, and then the torch from the other side. Ego Death saying, no way, not today, Mello.
Yeah, opening it up with the Mellow Band. I mean, Shroud X, it's something they didn't do the entire tournament, and thank God that Ego Death was able to see through the mistakes there, get Human Torch out of there, and we get the Emma ban on the inverse with Magneto save, and they go with the Psylocke ban over? Okay, I like it. I like what we're seeing over Emma.
Okay, a little bit of a different look while they hover over trying to protect the torch. We talked about the torch being really strong for self, maybe not leaning towards that Black Panther just in case here. While we take a look at what the next band's going to be, as it's going to be Ultron, maybe expecting that Emma Frost coming in next.
I like these picks for Ego Death. They're really fueling up their duelists and what they need to do to win the match here. Black Panther being hovered, and oh, come on, Nemesis, let us see it. Let's see that T'Challa at work. Don't get rid of him. It's too soon. We haven't had it in 4 matches, but Wolverine going to be banned on the top side there for Ego Death. And sadly, folks, if you're a viewer that's waited for this matchup, you're not going to see Black Panther in his hometown.
Yeah, no home turf power-up that you could get off of the vibranium out here in Wakanda. Got to put that away real quick. Not going to try to test this out. As we hover over the safety pick, over the Magneto, no Emma Frost safe. Instead, here looking on the other side, also forcing Nemesis to kind of scatter their range just a little bit to see what they want to ban next.
And Emma's still open for them. No ban on Emma yet. Kind of crazy. And also, both teams have full access to Loki Luna. They don't give a dang about that at the moment. They're just going all in, and they're really just trying to get their team right, as they have shut down now 2 of both Self and Zatek's great heroes here. Interesting decisions. And the Ultron ban was perfect after that Torch save, because you're able to just now, get rid of that duo as well.
But now you're going to have Zatex probably come out on the Psylocke, and then Soko coming out on the Emma, rather, actually, no, not on the other Emma Frost, because you have that still win over onto the other side. The Adam Warlock being the safety pick.
Nemesis plays a lot of triple res. We've seen it. Are they just trying to bait out a Mantis ban here, potentially? I mean, we've seen Nemesis, though, play it on Dom. And heck, we've seen today, every single team that played the triple res comp pretty much won, right? We saw that game after game here from Shroud X as well. Mantis, though, going to be banned. And now they have access to Emma.
And Mag. That is actually, have we been able to see both come through, actually?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
At least it's been a while. We have not seen that in quite some time, especially in America here. I mean, yeah, they get the lineup of their choice, but interesting enough, let's see what they select to do. This is crazy. Look at this lineup here, because Kraz is so crazy on the Hulk. Why switch?
Dang, this was the biggest checkmate right here, too. So do you linger over this, the Magneto play potentially here, too? Or do you want to just roll out with the Hulk first, make some swap-ups? It looks like I'm already expecting this to go crazy right now. I'm expecting this series specifically, we were talking about it in the podcast, to go the distance. I'm surprised seeing how the rest of the series played out for today, but I wouldn't have it any other way. We've had the best Marvel Rivals action at the top level played out throughout the course of today. And don't forget to add in your own pick'ems, because we currently have the chat saying that they expect Team Nemesis to take it at 62% for this first map.
Oh, we're getting a match 3. I can guarantee you that. If it's anything like, I don't know, the first 3 matches, 75% of the match so far. But you remember what Ego Death said in an interview: if they ban Panther, we win. That's what they want. They want that Panther ban, because then it allows the access to the rest of the comps, the strategies. We're going to see who can win. Are we going to get another non-org team like Techie advance, or just Team Nim going to get the job done once again after the reverse sweep? As Zatex is on Psylocke, that's what we want to see. Sample on the dive, Soko on Mag. Love this matchup.
We're expecting, too. Playing Ring Around the Rosie. Between the Hulk being up on the high ground, Sambo, of course, being on that Venom, as to be expected. But I also like this roundabout rotate to get onto the point, playing out this high ground, looking at Team Nemesis.
Yeah, for sure here. As Kraz Krasman is going to be the big difference here. Kraz can get the jump here on Self. He's done such a good job this tournament, getting rid of those flyers. Sambo going right into the action as he's repping the white skin here. Love to see it here, going right for Mello, who's now on Winter Soldier. We've seen Kraken Impact make the impact this tournament so far. And wow, Mello gets the fast elim on Zatex, scattered to follow on Soko Vicky. Right now, it's all gas for Nemesis.
What is on Mello's other monitor screensaver? It is locked in the dark right now, just having to focus on what is happening as Team Nemesis get to take the point first.
Something puts to sleep is what I saw, and it's probably Human Torch puts down, I don't know, Heroes to sleep. Madman, love to see it. As now we've got the first cap going pretty definitively there to Nemesis. Amadian, we've seen do great work on Hella. Glad to see them back on it. And really, Kraz on Hulk just opens up so much for this team. Back cap trying to go for Ego, though.
Ricky was one shot and almost just lost out right there. Sambo was able to hit those first initial shots as Sambo tries to go in for that back cap. This splits up the attention of Team Nemesis. Now, while they focus up on the front lines, they were able to get that first pick. Sambo, by the way, still alive here. Going to be able to fully dive in together with the rest of Ego Death, though, and they also have the reset here from far with the invisible boundary.
Yeah, great staggering of the ults and the patience here. Ego Death is going off here with Zatex, getting a lot of the early picks and staggers, but we do have Hulk smashing what he does best. Krasman trying to just get the stall on the Monster Hulk there, doing a good job at it, 56%. Already thus far momentum we've seen creates momentum for the team, keeping the team alive. Great patience from Ego Death as well, and cleaning up and firmly. Great job there as they take the point.
Zatex just had a whole buffet right now of Team Nemesis. Just grouped all three of those together before dealing the finishing blow here. But a great look because they also have two of these ultimates coming up.
Yeah, Goddess of Death, just more like bringing the point to her. Great job. I mean, just honestly, Zatex 2 can just play so many different heroes. And Median on Hella, great job to match it. Love that from them. Soko now with the Meteor in that can do plenty. Counter the Hella. You can maybe defend the point a bit better there against one of the Strats ults. But Nemesis doesn't have anything in the tank in terms of surviving. So Self can put on the pressure here. And he does.
Oh, and then you together with the Supernova as well, the Goddess of Death to be answered right back from Amadian over to the side. Self, though, goes in for the Grand Slam, puts a stop to that together with Zatex. There you talk about the synergy following up together as Team Nemesis are looking to try to re-engage after this reset.
Zatex doesn't throw thorns, he throws goodbyes. I mean, just insane work there with perfect precision. And right now, outside of the first point, it's been all Team Ego Death, and they've been able to stagger their ultimates in such a way that they're almost ready for this next fight. Far getting close here with the invisible boundary. Right now, Mello, the only thing to be clicking here for Team Nemesis. Ricky and Dink still really far behind here on their ult scatter, maybe in time, but they're going to push this main point. Right now, if you're Ego Death, you just want to keep holding W.
Oh, no way. That's a huge first pick in favor for Ego Death. Now, look at this. Now they've completely circled around as both of the backline members, as you add a Madian, find themselves dropping back to the spawn. This is Mello, by the way, unable to utilize that Kraken impact for the second team fight in a row.
Magneto, are you absolute insane? The poke damage, the limbs, the clutch, Soko. Craziness as we have Self now trying to throw up that barrier and put a little bit of damage in, and right now Team Nemesis has just not been able to get the ults they need, the teamwork, and honestly it's just been the stagger so far.
Oh wow,
oh my god,
they literally couldn't touch a single toe on that point. Like, they were just getting shut down and down after them coming out of that choke. Like, that was just individual terror, just tearing apart the individuals of that other team.
Yeah, it's like Zatex isn't even allowing a team fight. He's just hosting funerals. It's crazy how well he's able to get these staggers, as he well deserves the ace. 8 limbs, 15-1, 8k damage. Self and him are having a little contest between one another. And if you're Ego Death, my gosh, I'm telling you, they're feast or famine. Right now, they're feasting. Nemesis, you've been here before. Reset, reload. We'll see what they have.
Said serving funerals, but that goes pretty on brand with the Goddess of Death. And in the way that Zatex is playing alongside that with Self, you could see the synergy and the backup coverage that Zatex is putting in to help enable Self, just setting up a lot of these Supernovas as well. And now they have so many different ultimates going into this first fight to match that against Nemesis.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to give them the big benefit of winning fights in the neutral and getting those Soko eliminations that we just saw from Magneto. I mean, it's been the winning teams have had one thing in common, and it's those early picks with Mag and then complementing the sandwich with the Purple Meteor throwing down here as now Self 89%. Everybody locked in. Ricky and Dinks finally have those sub ults, but it's going to be matched up with Sokos.
Combo 2 just jumping right in with the Venom before swinging Array. Tries to pull the Venom, which is important to highlight because that does cancel out trying to sling around on that web. Instead, great positioning from Zatex actually does force out momentum and having the fate of both worlds. And it's going to be a dance-off from both sides with Dinks too. Psionic Seduction now from Scatter, but everyone's playing split around these different pillars. The Meteor tries to find his spark, but Mellow skates by on the other side of the stairs.
Everything coming out at once and trying to do the Luna boost into the Venom ult, but great job and awareness there from Team Nim as Crazeman going in. One of the last to throw the ults in. Extermination to follow. They get the pick now on both strategists. Every single Q pressed. One team coming out of it, and it's going to be Team Nim.
Yeah, the way that Kraz was just navigating around, swinging and sliding around all of Ego Death, had the empty water bottles on my desk literally come tumbling down as I made a little jump right there too. So Team Nemesis now finally get to take this point, and that was a pretty long fight too, because that was them releasing everything from the ultimates that they built from within the first round.
Yeah, they did. They threw everything, and ult for ult, blow for blow, they came out standing. And in a clash of chaos, finding the clarity is what you need to do in Rivals, and sometimes that can be easier said than done. Ensemble jumps in immediately, and hey, we saw this just happen. Nemesis got 50%, Ego Death came back, but right now, momentum, even though on Team Ego Death, is with Team Nim.
Oh, great first pick, though, and taking advantage of the Emma Frost fully with these command grabs when you're playing against the Emma Frost in a matchup in these close, tight corridors. That's just going to be the reset, by the way, here, too. Sambo is going to be able to come right back together with Ego Death because Team Nemesis are leading the way with nearly 50%.
What a fun and different team comp. We got a little Hulk, little Ultron in there. Why not throw Bucky Barnes to join the show? Nemesis is playing so different than what we've seen. And, you know, this is a tough map here for Ego Death, this particular one in Wakanda. We do have Supernova, though, ready. 50%. That's where they did good last time. Sambo and friends diving in. Both Ricky and Dinks are still kind of far. This is your chance to collapse. But if Nim can get a pick here, it's going to really spell doomed. And here it is, Kraken Impact.
See if they can finally enable this one, though, but they back away almost immediately, almost trying to force that out as a Supernova is unleashed within that tiny room. Invisible Boundary, the dance-off as well with the fate of both worlds. To answer that from Deets as Ricky is slowly approaching their own Invisible Boundary. Momentum, they swap sides. The dance of the butterflies as Thor gets the push off to Kraz. Are you crazy right now? The Invisible Woman push. Huge first pick.
The far push is insane, showing the force push from just greatness here. And we've got the throwdown, the connection. Soko does not get it. And in turn, Nemesis is flipping the script. Self, though, does get the pick on Mellow. That's going to open them up. And Zatex follows through as well. 99%. And it's going to look like, though, Ego Death can flip it at the last moment. But Krasman, he flew off the map from far, but he's back as the Hulk. And Ricky gets swallowed up by the symbiote.
Guess who's back here? Trying to stay alive with overtime ticking away, but it's taking so much away from Nemesis as Ego Death wrap around and now reclaim the point.
Every single map is razor thin. The margin from these 8 teams in America is so crazy close. You couldn't ask for anything better. Krasman on the monitor there looks exactly like what I thought a Hulk player would look like. Just leaning it all the way. Full concentration here. 15% to 99. This would be huge for Ego.
Oh man, Mellow now having the Kraken Impact ready to go here. Still getting enabled by the rest of the team with Madian being on that Ultron. Another one of those flex utilities that Team Nemesis plays into a Madian strengths here. Looking behind just to make sure they can try to catch Zatex just in case Zatex is creeping around in the invisibility.
Reading Mellow's screen is cracking me up in the color in the battle of ultimates here as they're throwing out the swords. Can they get the limbs? Nothing connected, but Zatex does end up getting huge, absolute massive. That's going to shift and help them win this fight. Yet again, Ego Death itself is popping off on the torch.
It gets the 2 picks into having the Supernova for this next fight is huge when Team Nemesis are still standing at 99%.
Love when the heroes stay still after a fight, because you just know the person behind the hero is just like, heck yeah, I'm him, and I'm feeling it. Human Torch, somebody get the fire extinguisher yourself. He's going off, making a barbecue of this team so far. 99%, 66. It's getting close to that reverse 99 that we've seen. Nemesis, they were the ones with the reverse sweep, but it could now go to Ego Death here as Self throws down the Supernova.
Oh, gonna be able to feast off of this one. Everybody's like a can of sardines stuck together. You dance it off with the fate of both worlds to get through the Supernova to try to recontest, because they're nearing 90% after flipping this point, by the way, at 0%. 0 to 100 situation while Scatter jumps down from the high ground too, just trying to control more of this space, while Sambo then slides away, jumps away, focuses on Kraz, and now we have a 99.99% on the overtime.
It's Civil War reenacted. Look at these heroes fight at it as they're pushing him to the high ground. And
wow.
Torch boils, he bakes, he burns, he's serving hot here. Zatex with the fall through Sample and Soko, the Vanguards. Everybody wants a piece of the pie. As now Ego Death could flip the script completely and get the first map.
You know, we saw Mello scream, mommy puts her little boy to sleep, but it's Mello being put to sleep in this case here with the way that Ego Death has now started off this series pretty interestingly. But after the series that we've had today, I'm not surprised they take map number 1.
Just every single game, especially if Stratex would have clutched that at the end, has been the opposite of predictions. I don't think I've seen anything like this in esports, but definitely not in Marvel Rivals. The heat turned up all the way. They banned this going in. Self instead, he believes in the Ignite and what he could do to ignite his team. Again, Ego Death coming off just an absolute collapser in the lower bracket, but this team believes they know what they can do, and Self at the helm. But look at Zatex with 14 final limbs.
Wow, 14, 28 total E-limbs here with the follow-up, and almost even damage between Zatex and Self. There's that follow-up together, and then Sambo just disrupting the piece. But then if you look like Kraz with less than 10k damage, Kraz just did not have fun on that second round. I mean, I don't blame them. Combine that together with Zatex as the safety over the Emma Frost is prioritized for Ego Death.
Yeah, they banned like 4 heroes against Self, but you know what? They left Johnny available, and Johnny stormed. Well, he stormed, man. He did a good job. Emma getting the save there for Ego Death. Soko has done a great job on that, and now that's going to open up. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Psylocke, who was... That's exactly what I was about to say. Guess who was on that? Nemesis.
Yeah, I'm not surprised there. We see that on the other side. They're like, yeah, put that away. No Torch that we saw from Self. No Psylocke from Zatex. They had the opportunity, at least this time, to have the Emma Frost, so I'm not surprised to see that Psylocke banned immediately.
Yeah, 2 duelists to open up, though. I mean, this just allows the teams to have complete control in Vanguards and Strategists, as they're going to go for the ban on Kraz, man. Wow. I like that a lot. You know, they could go with the Emma ban, but no, Hulk ban being first, that is a tip of the cap and respect, and it shows that they think Kraz obviously plays best on Hulk.
And if Kraz felt like, oh, okay, actually... it was a little juke real quick, just try to break your neck, and seeing that they actually opt for the Psylocke, maybe hovering to see if they want to target Kraz. But I like how you bring that up, because if Kraz didn't look like Kraz could play the game in that first map, well, now you won't be able to lean into your strength with the Hulk this time around.
You know what, guys? I hope you were there for the first group stage. That's when you got your King of Wakanda action. Black Panther banned yet again for Self. I bet you Self has just stopped practicing Panther for now. He knows what's coming already. But they said if he's banned, they win, and they just did. So there's definitely merit to that. Last ban here, and we've got the save going to Magneto. I like that there. Nope, over to Cloak. These teams are on the last second. They're changing their minds here. Often we don't see the hover and the switch, Vicky. We are here.
When you get a little scared and you see, like, 5 seconds left on that clock for that final save or banned, it could get a little dicey out here as we hover over the Adam Warlock. I do really like this to prevent the res comp from coming out this time around on the second map.
Yeah, respect there and tip of the cap. Like what they did. A lot of teams elect to ban Mantis. They're going to go more just straight to the man that is responsible for the team up in Adam. And they want Sambo to stay on this Venom. I don't know if Nemesis would ban Venom, so the save is interesting here. But, you know, by what we've seen, maybe they're just hovering and switching over quickly to like a Luna or whatever. Maybe the Loki. No, they do keep with the Venom. And so we can expect now to see, if you're looking at the lineup, Wolverine. They have not banned Wolverine. Will this last ban go to Wolf? It looks like it's going to go to Frank.
Oh, they're thinking about it. They're pondering. Do they use it up? on a strategist that is Luna Snow here. I mean, the Loki's still on the table too. And yeah, they get rid of the Luna Snow. If they can't focus on the Loki, at least they won't have the full 24 seconds of immortality.
Look at that respect to the dive. Both Panther and Psylocke ban and Human Torch. The triple duelist going down. And here's the thing, Somble can play the thing very well when Self does play Wolverine. I'm surprised Somble's not flexing there. He obviously loves his Venom play that he can do. Soko, though, got Emma. So this is a dangerous duo here. Self is going to go off here on Wolf. We've seen it once before. Zatex, we've seen as well. Kind of like Avery does for Techie. Zatex is the, Storm Flyer and does a great job at it.
It isn't the Storm. We've already seen through the Punisher, the Psylocke here, the triple duelist band showing that respect as we start things off with a little bit of a different pace, getting right into the nitty-gritty of the town.
And Somble showing why Venom is every bit still in the meta conversation of a hero. And wow,
what?
Even lock of 50%. My gosh, I thought I saw everything today, Vicky, but I guess not.
Dude, this is just getting hyper and hyper. You guys are about to make me lose. I mean, it's not even you guys at home. It's literally these teams are making Cozy and I lose our voice from how hype all these matches have been. Like, that smiley face on the scroll, complete opposite. I'm more just locked in, forehead planted on top of the piano to look at how this action is going to play out right now with the setup.
Shout out to the entire team behind the scenes here, putting on a show, and it's a long one at that. Zatex opening up with Storm here, and right away, this team is just coming out on all cylinders here, and wow, it's going to be the pick from Ricky on Zatex. That's going to be a huge opening for the defense there, but Self is going to be able to get that Magneto in the room. Mello just trying to get out. Mello on Magneto, by the way, very interesting.
Yeah, actually, that's a good call out right here because it's the triple Vanguard hold. We have seen this before, especially on this map. So I like the call when you try to play defensively here. That's why they have the Rocket too, just to bring back that one player that goes down first immediately afterwards. And Self is already trying to put in the pressure over to the other side.
Yeah, we got the Penny Parker sighting, guys. This is just a great way on this map, on this first point only, to lock down a room and give your team that extra bit of panic room to jump into if needed to. Throw it down. Clobber in time. Nemesis, they look locked in right now on defense.
The way that they just completely follow from the clobbering time to find 3, it's a reset back to the drawing board for Ego Death just to try to poke one face outside the spawn room doors.
Yeah, looking at the ults now, both teams are going to be just about matched. We're going to see both Qs on display. It's a birthday in a blender here as everything's getting started now. Madian going in with the ult on a Rocket into the Eternal Bond of Momentum. Up goes Mello and down with the connection on Self in air like a firework.
Mello said, you thought I wanted to look at the Cloak and Dagger when actually I wanted to focus down on Self, who, by the way, goes out with the Wolverine ult to follow up here. Team Nemesis have been staggering these ults beautifully between the Rocket C, and now Ricky also has that fate of both worlds after we just saw Diggs with the Eternal Bond.
Yeah, I would say Scatter has an ult, but come on, it's Penny Parker. But Ricky there with the fate of both worlds going to be great to keep everything up. But look at this. They don't even need it. They're just winning in the pure neutral right now. If you're Ego Death, 2 minutes off the clock, you haven't even moved the point a centimeter. You guys got to figure out something new here. They've got ults. Zatex is going to go to Punisher. I like that swap off. But look at this. They don't even need ults. They're just getting the neutral.
Wondering here what Somble could do. Being on this Venom, making it a very tough to try to even find an opportunity with these Penny nests from inside the door, having to be close range instead. And the Penny ult that you were talking about, just trying to find some space. Berserk gone away, actually, as Self just blows up.
That's why they allow the Wolverine with the Penny Parker here just diving the Berserker Rage right into it. But hey, we saw what Derek can do on Punisher. Zatex trying to get a little final judgment action himself. And finally, Vicky, opening up room for this team. There's only 1:20. This has been an insane legendary defense effort from Nemesis.
They had to take out everything differently. And it wasn't someone who changed out. It was Zatex who comes out, on the Punisher, has to use this judgment to control the space, as we keep seeing as the portal plays are opened up just to start with this quick re-engagement.
Yeah, we saw the same thing, I believe, from Envy, right? With the 3 Vanguards, the 3 supports, just so much happening and trying to stop an onslaught of healing and self-protection. Self, though, does get that pick on Mello, who does portal in. That's a huge pick early here to open things up. We got the Symbiote ult. Can he get the big hit? No. Clobbering time lands down. Dazes, it confuses, but the Symbiote is back in action, slowing down, as now we've got the Eternal Bond going in with Dink. Somble does his ult, unable to connect. Unfortunately, Zatex, though, right back at it. He's got the final judgment. Team pushing back. Terror Cape goes out, puts it percentage on Vicky.
Oh, see if they can find the opportunity now, jumping in with a judgment, right? Wrapping around the corner as Mello is trying to slice and putting the pressure as Sambo managed to get right back into the safety of the rest of Ego Death. Time ticking away. You got less than 15 seconds on the clock, and you're still trying to get this payload to the checkpoint. But you find the shotgun shot onto Ricky, and the CEO on top of it with Ego Death just walking the dog with the payload.
Yeah, with that Rocket Raccoon coming in clutch now, getting that revive, and it's so important on a fight like this with the points so far back. Nemesis now, that's 1, that's 2, and at this point, Ego Death, they need to touch. They have plenty of time to do so, but overtime going down, everything is clicking for Nemesis. We saw this happen with, oh my gosh, we saw this happen with 100 Thieves. When they lost the first round, they came out swinging. That's a defense for the ages.
And that's with the Emma Frost from Soko not even able to land that psionic seduction in terms of what we saw from the other side of a full hold from Team Nemesis before they could even see the opportunity, the light of day of getting to that first checkpoint. Huge swap ups and a big hold here for Team Nemesis with the rocket, with the penny. It also just completely dented into Ego Death's time bank when Samba was just trying to figure out a way to open up a window to deal some pressure.
The whole team hasn't even logged in yet. They're like, "Hey guys, what the hell? What do we do?" Like that was insane. Like, let's figure something out. But yeah, they spent more time in the respawn room than they did out on the floor. Great job there from Nemesis, going crazy. And speaking of, hey, ban my Hulk. I'll go off on the thing. 10k damage, 8 and 2. I believe we had some penny in there. Just insane job.
Get ready.
I'm looking.
Was the penny, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at what Sambo wants to opt for, even hovering over like nothing. Seeing, you know, the Venom having some trouble. You have to stick onto this Magneto. The fact that you have both Magneto and Emma Frost available to you just allows you to try to take advantage of this. But does this play into Sambo's comfort zone?
It's been 3 weeks. We have not seen a Magic step foot out these doors. Maybe it's for the drops. I don't know. Self can play it all.
Oh, wow.
We're about to get some Magic action from Self here. You ban all my heroes. I'm coming out with something new. This guy's put on a show, and, I mean, the thing is, they're going to have to really have an incredible defensive effort to get any chance here. Krasman throwing in the fastball special, going right for the hella. Zatex is going to be down and out.
Oh, we just witnessed a whole crime scene right there. Mello with the assassination onto Zatex, too. Self being on the Magic, it's not a drill. It is actually happening right now. The Magic is out on the table from Self, and once again proving that Self just cycles through these different heroes on these dive propositions. But Soko going down next is a bad sign here for the space that Team Nemesis is building up.
Gone in the blink of an eye. I mean, this match was over before it even began. I told you this team is feast or famine, and right now Nemesis just absolutely feasted from the famine that was Ego Death on this match. 1.98. Here comes the portal, though. A little bit of contention, and nope. Wow. Throwing himself. Weakest match of the day, the speed run through match 2, and wow.
How long did that take? That was the kidnap 2 was just like the cherry on top, just letting everybody know, like, you really are not touching this point. You could open up as many portals as you want, but they just got stopped. Team Nemesis with the strats coming out of the gate, starting off on defense too.
Quite the photo finish there, and I think that might have been the cleanest job I've seen from a team in Ignite thus far. I mean, that was just a clinic put on from Team Nemesis. They really reset and did the job ahead of them there. I'm just speechless on how well they played that. We highlighted Ricky early, Vicky, and said that Ricky just one of the most powerful strategists behind that position, and MVP right there proves it.
Also looked like Sambo was just trying to figure out what to work into the Venom, having to stick onto the Magneto. We saw some swaps over to Soko, who had to try to desperately portal back in. I feel like, in general, the way that Nemesis held that needs to be studied. Like, from the Penny, the triple Vanguard with the Penny and the Rocket, you just bring somebody back in with the Rocket BRB, and then you re-engage, and the goal with that comp is to literally fully hold them before that first checkpoint.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe it would have looked different. They saved Venom. They could have saved Luna that got banned there last. So that's maybe what they would probably, I'm sure that they would want that back. But either way, this is what they got. It seemed like nothing was going to stop Nemesis. They could have had Thanos and Stan Lee himself. Nothing was going to stop what they could pump out there. Nemesis definitely looked in control there. And guys, what did I say? We might as well just go right to match 3. They heard me. I'm telling you, they heard me. It's been 2-1s all day. We got nothing but 2-0s in the group stage. We have stretched this thing as long as it could possibly go in every...
Torches off the table.
Yeah, and after how Mello and friends are able to pull off Wolverine on the last map, why not do it again? So you got the Wolf Lock to start things out. And the Panther's safe. We're going to get the Black Panther for match 3. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, after seeing whatever that was with the magic, I mean, I saw the attempt, but now we get to see the Black Panther out in full display. You love it. And now you get to see the safety pick, but that does take up a safe slot, though, for Ego Death.
I think they're pumped. I think they're pumped. We got the T'Challa special over here. Order up itself ready to go. They are going to at least ban Psylocke and try to get Zatex and what he plays best down a little bit here. Now going into the next ban, it's crucial that these teams nail this. Is Ego Death going to go again? Potentially with that Hulk. Oh yeah, it looks like they could go on that Hulk again, which would be a good ban on this map. He can kind of go crazy and run rampant. Emma, though, is taken from Soko this time around.
I'm wondering what we may see from Kraz now. Probably the Thing in turn, trying to have that hand-in-hand with the Invisible Woman power-up.
Yes.
As we take a look at the hover over the Luna Snow, yes, that was key, though, for that previous match. If they would have been able to save the Luna Snow, and that's what they prioritize. Yeah,
that's going to maybe force this Loki ban here. Jitward has got their boys coached up, and it's going to go, oh, yeah, you know, they're making a bait. It's like, oh, man, that's a tough decision because you know what works so well with Self is Somble on Venom. We've seen that almost exclusively when they play that, so at least you got to get one of the two-headed monster, right? One of the heads of the two-headed monster there. And they get a save on Mag with the last one. Absolute crazy. And it's going to force Ego down. I like this, though. I like this pick to get rid of the triple res.
This is a very interesting and fun pick and ban like section right now between these both these two teams. They deny the Hulk, they deny the res comp too. So now, all right, do we lean towards that Cloak and Dagger? Do we have the Invisible Woman out in general to have that power up together with the Thing, or do you want to rely on something else here if you're Team Nemesis?
Yeah, you know, it's going to be tough to tell here. It's interesting too because Somble has played a lot of Captain America to go with Self there. For Nim, obviously, Thing is going to be mandatory here. They know what's ahead of them. They know what's about to happen here with Self here as we head into the last match of today, guys. Are you not entertained? It might as well be the slogan of today. And it all comes down, like it has before, to Central Arc. This whole first point can absolute snowball. It was a 50-50 prediction, Vicky. Now it's 62% in favor of Nemesis.
We have been going on 7 hours within the start of our playoffs in Americas. We are going stronger than ever, and you guys have come and you guys have delivered in your pick'ems. It's been a wild day. We've been all on the same roller coaster together, and this is where we put the closing chapter for day number 1 of our playoffs.
And Self, just you can feel the energy. You know this team wants it so bad, and he knows that he plays a huge part in that as he's going to look to gaze down upon his opponents as T'Challa would. Now, whole team moving on in. We've got Mello on the fastball special. We saw what he did to open up against Zatex. Can they do it again?
What?
Oh my God!
You blinked, you would have missed it. I just saw the back line just get terrorized, and he gets another to follow up.
Precision, power, Panther, all the P's. Self is showing why. And what is the T'Challa special? Why you need to ban it. My gosh, that backline vanished quicker than I blinked. It's so insane.
That's why I was wondering, you know, like, combine that together with what you're bringing to the table. A Manian with the Ultron, like, you're just floating around, you're seeing your backline getting torn apart by Self, who's already trying to get into position, by the way, up by the high ground, but a nice awareness from Kraz, too, to just provide some of that extra pressure as Amadian's about to approach that extermination.
Yeah, that's going to help them in. You can't counter Black Panther. You just pray he blinks first as he goes in with the spear and the slice in the dice. And once again, Somble helping it out. Self going for Ricky. Both strategists down in a blink of an eye as Black Panther continues what he does. Throwing the spear. Was the mistake made by them not banning Black Panther? Look at this man.
You've left it open for the very end, and that's what Ego Death wanted to lean into from the beginning. The mind games here in competitive esports Marvel Rivals starts in this pick and ban phase, and Ego Death are showcasing how they've been able to come back after a really rough second game.
It's like Doctor Strange is the surgeon. No, it's actually Black Panther and those surgical pounces and dashes and resets as we've seen now. Team Nim has Meteor Imp. They've got the Extermination. They have Eternal Bond. Plenty to happen, but Dinks won't be able to use that bond if he gets deleted first here from Self in less than a keystroke on the keyboard here. Now Craftsman keeping an eye. He's probably on Black Panther duty. Extermination coming out.
Kratz is trying to help stun him. Oh, the meteor clashes with the rebuilding of the map. Now, unfortunate Self, though. He's got the Black Panther ultimate. He sees them all grouped up like one big shish kebab here. As a follow-up comes in, it forces out the fate of both worlds. The meteor now coming in to try to find its mark instead, as Scatter doesn't find its mark here. Crash follows up too with the clobbering time, and now you get to have Ricky finish off with that dance-off as Zatex gets booted out of the Goddess of Death.
And Zatex just opens up Self's play and vice versa, right? Ricky now throwing it out. Okay, we're getting the team wipe happening, but guess who's alive? Self, and sometimes that's all you need. Panther going down, and now Iron Fist here to try to counter him. The only thing that can auto-lock and go. Triple before Bass, but unfortunately Bass is not enough to help out the Wakanda King as Self goes down, and it's looking like the point's gonna go to Team Nim, but there's only 58 seconds. No, here we go. Ego Death hopping on the point, Vicky.
Oh, he's still stalling after making the changes. Sambo being the Captain America before getting melted. And they're still stalling for as long as possible. Less than a minute left on this clock. And it still allowed the rest of Ego Death to try to fully dive back in as a Median now activates the Extermination.
Someone's got to stay on point here. We have a little bit of momentum trying to keep the point alive, but they're going to fall here. There's just too much. Oh, well, momentum does get the lanterns out. Soko going down, though, and it's going to be one by one. Domino's falling, but it's a 26-second hold, almost a full point here, but no, they're still doing the job. My gosh, job is not finished here as Melo's just punching everything in sight. Cheaper Town Hall gets the job. They get the point.
Put in a new mayor in town instead, because you also don't have to utilize a clobbering time. Self just, reacting, expecting their demise here too, while Team Nemesis now start getting this payload moving with a nice stagger onto Far.
After Self hit them with the unreactable, unable to just even focus on what just happened, this team has recollected themselves, take a little bit of an adjustment there. And Strategist, the comms are probably just like screaming help at this point. But Melo, I love the switch here to Iron Fist. One of the niche picks he could do well is counter Black Panther, at least with auto tracking, make his job more difficult at the very least here. But great hold, 2 minutes left for Nemesis to push through.
And having that cheaper Town Hall as it's activated onto the back line, but then the immediate retaliation. No judgment to be made with the new mayor from Melo and this counter pick.
Yeah, that's beyond unfortunate because Far has the ultimate too, and so they could have just easily teamed that up. Don't know what they were doing there.
Yeah.
The stagger of the ults, very unfortunate. Now Far paying the price. Now they lost 2 ults for 1. And Melo, by the way, what patch is this? Just going crazy with Iron Fist here. My God.
Currently without Median also coming in with the Extermination. Have Ricky too to follow up. Team Nemesis have a plethora of ultimates to work off of. Meanwhile, Ego Death, you talk about them using 2 of those ultimates. We'll at least have 3 coming up for this next engagement.
Yeah, but they got to get to the point now. 3-2. Are they going to let the team know they get in there? And wow, great job for Nemesis making up the point here. Median going in with the Extermination. Soko going up, going down. And right now, no connection being had. We've got the point at a full dance floor at the moment. And Sambo just trying to distract you.
And Self giving the little shimmy shake, just waiting for the dance to end before trying to dive into these backlines to try to get the follow-up. But you lose out on your Vanguard. You use up the Black Panther ult. And now your team has just been getting torn apart in the front lines while you're waiting for an opportunity to get this dive potential on the backline here.
Just crazy. Invisible Woman yells disappear, but also Self with Panther on what he tries to do. But unfortunately, they call him the Tickle Monster for a reason. Sometimes Black Panther, even with all the crazy dashes, cannot get the job done. And Self, as crazy as he is unable to get his team to protect this point. 2 minutes now they have, which is a world amount of time compared to what they were about to have going into point 3.
And look at the way that they're holding up right now just to control this slight low to high ground disparity. Scatter holding all the way forward while they try to push up that cart up ahead. And they'll have Dinks having the Eternal Bond just to try to create and carve that pathing, while Zatex does have the reset on the Goddess of Death.
Yeah, and again, Zatex and Far unable to get that connection happening earlier. That could just spell disaster, and it did here. But we've got Extermination happening from Median. We're trying to back up here. Zatex now on the Hela. Does have the Goddess of Death. Can throw it anytime. Self, though, with the Kidnap and Scatter off the map. Self switching from the Panther to another animal in Logan.
And then you know what? When you have to make some swaps to the Black Panther not working out, you get that environmental KO instead. And it's beautiful here because you have the ability to use the Wolverine too. You have the ultimate as well. But Team Nemesis have so many of these strategist ults to also counter this with Ricky and Dings.
Yeah, already the difference that we've seen from week 1 to week 2 here is that Self being able to realize, not force the Panther, get the job done. Zaytek's now getting rid of Mello. Mello probably going to switch. Now the Panther's out of the mix there. They're slicing, they're dicing up Craftsman. Craftsman just trying to get off. Now the Stagger Fest could happen here. Clobbering time, though, coming out. And they've got the connection there. Zaytek's throwing down the Goddess of Death, but we do have the dance floor going up, dropping the beat. Self now with the... Oh, does he get any connection? Nothing happening from Self.
Oh no, it was the dance off here from Ricky, and that clobbering time from 4 out of 6 here. So currently with the meteor ready to go, less than 20 seconds on the clock. They've been stalling for as long as possible, which works into Ego Death's win con just so that way they can re-engage at the very end here.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is actually good for what they have. Ego Death has what they need here. Self now going to a Star-Lord. I like the swap off here, and they're going to instantly get far going now. They're going to push towards the point. Soko, though, unable to get anything going for the Meteor in. Doesn't get the Imma pick, and it shows now as Dinks is bringing the path towards them. Follow the red brick road in. What is the... Oh, my gosh. You got Mello popping up within it, too. This is chaos.
Zaytek trying to fly away as the bird here, the Death Crow instead. But why are you running when the fly swatter of Mello is now harassing your own backline? The freeze onto Mello before getting woken up. Defrosting Soko in a lot of trouble here too. Magneto Bubble expended on keeping Soko alive. Far was low here. Self though popping off. A professional ditto for Ego Death as the clobbering time has now found 2 more.
And Ricky Fella, he's got the legendary now, and they don't have the strategist thing, anything strategist-wise to counter this, and he's going to go off yourself, pushing forward, pushing all the buttons the right way. Pure results as Mello just trying to get Dragon's defense to get the job done, but it doesn't. As I've got to say, though, Nemesis gets only 2, but compared to what that could have been, Vicky, a firm 2.
Ego Death could easily take this to the finish line. Self with these swaps, whether it be the Black Panther for point A, then you have to worry about the Wolverine for right before that final checkpoint over by the finish line, but at least to get through that 1 corridor by the stairwell too. Now we get to see the swap-ups right afterwards to the Star-Lord, further highlighting Ego Death and now their new flexibility here, where their Vanguards a little bit, leaning onto a weaker side on what they could do to help enable these DPS players.
Yeah, and guess what Dive does best? It does offense best, right? Now they get to be in the driver's seat of their destiny, of their fate, of their land potential, the upper bracket. I mean... This is exactly what you want. 15k damage from Self there. 9 elims. Craziness there. Only 3 from Zaytek. Dex hoping to see more there. But Vicky, I mean, just complete all gas. No breaks. No survivors. We're going to see if Ego Death, can they put on a show? They've messaged me. They told me they want to put on a show. Well, it's right here. Ready to happen.
You let the Black Panther come by. This is what you get to see here. Ego Death putting a stop now, as Team Nemesis, though, in a great first initial run now, get to try to come right back around on the defense.
Yeah, Mello staying on Iron Fist too smart, played so well with it. And again, this is going to favor Dive for yourself. It's going to take this right corner as many Panthers in a competitive ladder. Dude, nope, just kidding. He has a whole other strategy, taking the whole back route. My gosh, a thing of beauty there. Waiting for that dash reset. He's got the spear, waiting for the dash. Look at Mello and sniff him out. He can smell Self being around the corner, stalking his prey, trying to go up for the Fist of Vengeance here, as now Self is ready to dive in. He pounces. He's waiting for his moment to attack, just like Animal Planet Vicky, as he jumps up, throws down, and yells disappear, but the freeze comes in.
Oh, big freeze here. Here, Kitty as a wild Black Panther tries to pounce on this backline, though, and now Mello to then follow up right afterwards, too. But you've lost out on Ricky, a crucial piece for Team Nemesis' foundation, and the dive attempt coming in from Ego Death are tearing Team Nemesis apart in this fast speed run.
Absolute brilliance here. They say this in the NFL too. You got a wide receiver can pull so much distraction that the rest of the team is able to do their job. And we saw it just now, just there, far. Grand finale coming up. Fate of Dope Both Worlds. They now landed the Wombo combo into Final Judgment. They've got the healing. The portal's out, but it's not going to be enough to stop all these bullets from Frank Castle himself, pumping and dumping his ultimate into the team. Now it's the shotgun approach. And right now, Nemesis just running back into the portal. They're trying to contest any way they can, but Self is cleaning up, disappearing this team team spear and dash after dash.
They were dropping like flies. It looked like a roll of dominoes. They just kept stalling and stalling for as long as they could because they knew the inevitable was coming from Ego Death. And look at Momentum now making the swap over to the Loki.
Absolute insane that we're getting Panther in the last match, and that could be the difference maker. 2 minutes only for Nemesis to get to this point. They have 4 minutes and 40 seconds now. 3 ults online, no strategist ults, so they have a plenty up their sleeve here. If Nemesis can go ahead and pull the trigger early, Soko getting nice pressure and space here.
Extermination is going to be the first to be used up. The Meteor finds a Manian! That is huge. That shuts down one support ult. Ricky now forced to have the dance off alone as Self is going to wait this out. Here looking at Deep to see if you're going to be able to have that internal bond ready to go because you know that Self is prowling around.
And we've got Zatex up yet again. Far's going to be close to it. They are going to get that ult out without the combo, but Self with the alley-oop with Sobble and France, and Ego Death is on their A-game right now in the second point of the map, erasing Scatter and moving forward.
Zatex, the respect of the game right now. The immediate target flip while Melo's in trouble. Look at this jump. It takes 2 distracted out of Ego Death just to focus down on Melo, but it's a huge stagger in their favor.
Oh my gosh, the T'Challa over here putting on a clinic there with Black Panther himself just going crazy with dash after dash. Soko doing a good job as well, pushing forward. Far has the dance floor ready to go. Scatter throwing it down early, but we've got the show Sobble though taking out the strategist. This is all Ego Death, Vicky.
So close right here. Ego Death now having to dance up with Far. It's the isolation. Self looking at the perfect target before backing away, but it's about the space given, the respect with 4 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock.
We've seen the reverse sweep from Nemesis. This is going to be harder than that to stop what... I mean, look at... You can't even blink. You can't even register it before you're in the spawn room contemplating what just happened. My gosh, the nightmares Nemesis might have over this Black Panther save. They're never going to make that mistake again versus this team. And honestly, everyone trolling and laughing about Black Panther bans. You're seeing why right here, right now, opening the rest of the team up. Momentum with the ult and Soko to follow.
It wasn't the Black Panther, it was the Yellow Panther in form of the Wolverine. But these meteors missing from Soko, just trying to close in the distance here too. As on the other side, Team Nemesis are wrapping around these pillars, but they can't give up this space. They have to look behind them as Self continuously goes unchecked. You're focused on the Black Panther, but you're not looking at your front lines.
These Vanguards are getting it done with Self in the back line. They're in the front line, and they're looking undefeatable. Their path to greatness, their path to land is looking unshakable, unstoppable. Imagine dive on land. That connection, that danger. The spawning room is now just a reflection room. This is insane.
They're right there. They're right there. They get it. Team Nemesis cannot touch. Eagle Death with the final judgment. Your pickups are in the trash. It is in shambles. Eagle Death. They bring the death to all the Eagles for these teams, and they completely switch up this bracket in the Americas.
Absolute insanity. I expect nothing less from this incredible opening to the playoffs. Momentum getting the MVP, but the whole team is clapping, celebrating as they took down. Now we have both 1 seeds from the group stage. Seeds mean nothing as both fall down to the lower bracket. We have some of the best teams in America fighting for their life down there tomorrow as Ego Death, Orgulus, they advance under the wings of incredible players of Self, Zatex, Sobble, Soko. We just witnessed greatness.
I cannot believe the pickup from everybody on Ego Death because, yeah, sure, you could see your Black Panther just harassing the enemy backline, but Zatex equally had those judgments ready to cover everything, putting in so much damage, creating so much space, and then just splitting so much attention were the Vanguards from Ego Death. Ego Death, last game situation while you get to see Self just completely dismantle that back line.
I am truly left speechless. I know Ego Death. I've talked to their players and what this means to them. I mean, we have watched giants fall. The story of David versus Goliath happening again and again like a buckle of Kraken Impact. This dive team, this dream of a team under Coach Jitward have put it together to make an upper bracket run that we just did not think we'd see.
The rent-free Black Panther on some free real estate right now. Let me tell you, you're thriving. Like, the stocks are all the way up. If you're a Black Panther fan, if you're an Ego Death fan, I know a lot of fans were excited to see how this team was going to be able to come right back into form, and they've made those adjustments. Shout out to Coach Word out here, truly putting.
That was a show.
Yeah, I really did. We really did. Not me. I mean, bro. I can't do it without my team, bro. My team is amazing. I love them, and I'm great. I'm so happy that, like, we kept our mentals together and that we focus on the objective. Like, we focus on the moment. That's it. Doesn't matter if we lost. We just focus on what's happening right now, and that's just all you have to do to win. It was beautiful. Thank you for having me here.
Oh man, I'm so pumped, man. So pumped for you guys and so excited for this team and what they can do. We kept talking about this feast or famine mentality that you guys have, and it just took 3 matches to get it done today. How do you go from a match 2 that was over before it even started to a perfect performance there from you guys on match 3?
Yeah, I mean, their spawn hold was really strong. It took us a while to even, like, think about what we're gonna do. I don't know what happened to us, because we have practiced against that before, and we usually had a good strategy, but that one, honestly, it was my bad. Like, I'm going to be honest, it was probably my bad. Like, I could have definitely done better there, but my team, you know, we just said, like, oh, so be it, bro. Like, so be it. We're focused on the next, and, like, we had full confidence the entire time that we could put on a really good show. And this team is really good. Like, they know how to play the meta very well, better than a lot of teams. So it's like, we have to be disciplined. We have to be focused. Like, we can't troll. We have to make sure that we are all connecting and firing at the same time. But it was beautiful gameplay from my team, and I love them so much.
Wow. Like, I have to ask you, Sambo, because I was scratching my head a little bit looking at that second map. You know, you rolling out on the Venom, they were running the triple Vanguard strat, the Penny in the side room with the Rocket. I mean, what are your thoughts when it comes to having limitations within your own Vanguard pool? Like, is there going to be any changes coming in? Now you guys are moving on into that winner side of the bracket. Are you looking to make any adjustments for yourself personally as a player when you look at what went down for that second map?
Yeah. I mean, we qualified in the tournament, like, without me playing a single dive hero. Like, I play Mag, I play Emma, I play, like, almost all the tanks as well. But yeah, I'm gonna have to learn Groot. I'm gonna have to be in the Groot lab for 100 Thieves. Like, that's for sure. I'm just kidding.
But I mean,
I mean, our team's flexibility. We're actually incredibly flexible. I know it looks like we're just playing dive, but, like. Yeah. Bro, we genuinely can play a lot of things, and I'm just really proud of my team. Like, we're really, like, dedicated to this, and we want it more than anybody, I feel like.
Buddy,
the amount of time that we put into this game is ridiculous. Sorry.
No, you're good, man. You go off, King. Listen, like, I'm just so pumped to hear from you guys, and you should be proud, man. You guys have taken out you 2-0'd FlyQuest, the other 1 seed, and now you've gotten rid of Nemesis, the other 1 seed. So this team has taken down both the 1 seeds from the group stage, buddy. I know how much it means to you. Yeah. We've talked. I've just heard from you and the team, and the pride, the egoless pride that you guys have is something special. Yeah. Let me ask this, man. Does this win? What does it do for the group? Validation, momentum, land dream, something else?
I mean, the entire game, I was just screaming, "This is how FaZe Clan plays! This is how FaZe Clan plays!" I don't know why we LARP that we're FaZe Clan, like, a lot, but like, we have to act like, or we have to be. I mean, we just have to be the players that we need to be. Like, we need to be if we're a pro gamer, we have to act like a pro gamer. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of grinding. It's going to take a lot of, like, sessions, VODing. Make sure you prep. It's a lot of, like, just a lot of things like that. So I just think if we just carry on doing what we're doing, I think that we'll do very good. And I would like to just shout out my mom. Thanks for watching. Love you.
Hey, let's go, Sambo's mom. By the way, free agents, by the way. Just letting everyone know, you know, that they like FaZe.
Free agents with an F.
Big FaZe friends. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Be our FaZe.
Dude, I love the energy. The fact that you guys are up here at 100, like, Crozy and I are on the same. I'm on the East Coast, so, like, you already know, like, with every game going to the very end, game 3 situation. I just want to ask, how has it been with Coach Jitward, like, incorporating everything together with some of these bands? Can you walk us through how that's been going for the team after making the adjustments that you had to do after the group stages?
Yeah, so Jitward, he's been telling us about like how the bans are evolving for a while. And low-key, we haven't really been listening to him, and that's kind of our faults. There's some times where we made like rash decisions in game where we're like, no, we have to protect the support. And we're just like, no, we don't. Remember what Coach Jitward said? This is like, yeah, we just screw up with that a little bit. But Jitward's been really good for us. He's helped us with the dive comp a lot. Like, we all know our roles, we know our jobs, we know what we need to do. And it's just all about execution. Like just showing up on game day, relaxed, focused, and just playing the game for itself, living in the moment. Never like focus on anything. Make a bad play, whatever. Doesn't even matter. Just keep going. But yeah, free Jitward, by the way. Man, that guy's going through a ringer.
Listen, man, I love the authenticness of the interview, and from what we've seen for you guys in the team, you guys are on Rivals' biggest stage, and probably what I've said is the craziest day of Rivals. Way to put an exclamation point on that, buddy. And hey, big things ahead of you.
One more game.
You got 100 Thieves. Yep, you
One
got
more
100
game.
Thieves.
I want to go to China more than anybody, bro. This is my freaking dream, bro. This could actually happen, bro.
Oh, man.
Man.
Hey, I love it, man. I love it. Dreams can easily come true. And you guys are a dream for a lot of players out there that just saw what you guys did, came together as a group and got it done. For me, it's one thing to have calm, cool collectiveness. I like this better, man. It shows the raw passion, and passion is going to get you there, man. Go there, celebrate with your
100%.
team, Sample. Celebrate, bro. Enjoy this moment before you move on to the next one. One more game. Make the dream happen, buddy. We're rooting for you.
Yes, sir. I'll put on a show. We all will. Our whole team's shoot us. We got this. Love you, Shib.
Let's go, buddy.
Of course, man. Thank you.
Give love to the team, man. Zay Tex.